At the end of the first half, you guys marched right down the field against the Redskins, converting in 3 plays. This drive starts with an absolute dart from Sam Darnold, who had a career-high 4 touchdown passes to Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, this was a good start to the series, well-executed play. This is one of those ones where Le'Veon's usually not used to getting this ball, but the way that they were playing this is there's a couple of different ways you can play kind of a cover 3 type look where this guy is covering him man-to-man on the outside, and whoever safety or linebacker stays with the seam runner man-to-man. Well, in this case, what they're doing is they're playing what we just say it's true zone, to where you ask the question in the beginning of the week, who has the seam? Is it the corner? And they'll play basically, he'll middle these two, so he'll play here, but at the same time, he's responsible for this guy outside.
What do you think about the read there from Sam?
He saw that little bit of a window. He saw Josh kind of hanging out here on Ryan, so he knew he had enough room to stick it in there.
And there are not a lot of quarterbacks in the National Football League who
this is
make that throw.
It's hard to see it and let it go, and it just be one of those firm balls that, this is a straight line shot. I mean, he's zipping this thing in there.
So you get the chunk gain to start the drive. Seconds are ticking down. The second play of this, Sam again, and we saw him do this a number of times against the Redskins, gets out of the pocket, seems like a little just out, but Ryan Griffin, your tight end, takes it up.
Yeah, what they did a good job of here is, at first, he wants to go to Robbie right here. He gets blocked off here. He gets flushed outside the pocket. Ryan does a good job of going down the field, and Sam extends it, just gets him the ball, doesn't make it hard, and then Ryan is off and running.
What's a scramble drill rule for the receiver when you see your quarterback extend like that?
Well, it just depends. If he turns up the field and there's nobody there, just keep going. If for Robbie, it would be Ryan goes, Robbie sees, when he turns up, he sees another guy down there, now he's going to do that. So the same thing, these guys are going to head across. He's going to either go back pylon or he's going to start up and then flatten out and try to get in Sam's vision. So as soon as these guys see all this, there's rules that basically get implemented. We work on a lot of practice to make sure we know really where everybody's going to be.
So all of a sudden you're inside the red zone, and here's Darnold just making a decisive read and letting it rip.
Yeah, this is a good job, because what's going on here is DT's doing a good job. The corner's staying with him. Ryan's here. We're out here on the diagonal, and it's really what's going to happen here. If this guy takes him, then he throws it outside to Ryan. If this guy sinks back, then he just takes this, and we'll just try to get as much as we can and then get out of bounds. It's really a tough play for these two guys. They're trying to figure out the best way to play it, and Ryan kind of sneaks behind the safety here.
How important of a step was that for your offense to take that at the end of the half, a 2-minute drive, and score in that situation?
Yeah, our guys have been pretty good. They've done a good job, at least as far as in practice, and we've executed some of them in the games. We just got to keep getting better at it.
Crowder has become Sam's top weapon, so defenses are paying a lot of attention to him, and that's going to free up other guys.
This is where Demaryius Thomas really helps us a lot, because he knows this offense better than anybody. And it's rare to get 2 guys off like this. So we're running a play where a lot of times you get this. I mean, he does that, Robbie does that. So what happens here is these guys are playing so soft. Demaryius does a great job. He pushes deeper than what you normally would, and Jamison does a good job of waiting to the last second to do this. So these 2 guys are trying to figure out what are they doing.
So is that an adjustment on the fly for DT?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, he sees it. He's seen looks like this before, so he just knows what to do.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things that we've repped so many times that he knows the adjustment. He knows to go deeper, stay vertical. He just works off of Jamison, and it just makes it hard on these guys to switch this off.
And we talk about Darnold's accuracy.
This is a great job. I mean, this is about as nicely thrown ball you can get right here. You keep him away from safety, up and down, just the right touch for the throw.
Good pocket too.
Yeah, this was probably one of our best protections we had the whole game, where it was just he had plenty of time. It's a 3-man rush, but it was firm. The guys did a good job of just locking it down.
Let's look at some of this West Coast offense, John Gruden. So Carr's completing more than 72% of his passes. Here he shows some touch to Tyrell Williams.
A couple things here that he knows over time. One, what they're looking at here is he's looking at, all right, I got my 3 receivers over here. He's got 3 corners over there. So right now he knows it's man. So this route right here is going to be probably first priority for him. When they send this guy across, now they'll pass this off. So if there's anybody underneath, they'll pick him up. They'll have a guy drop in the corner. So he's kind of got to be aware that what we call kind of a wrap player, a funnel player, however you want to look at it. This guy here, he's taking him, and you see this guy fall off. And then 22 does the same thing. So now he's got to put this ball up and over and to be aware of what's going on here.
Yeah, what do you think about the touch on that ball? Is that pocket's collapsing, he's stepping up?
Yeah. We talked about this earlier in the season. When you get 2 guys that are running around the quarterback like this, that's what quarterbacks want. You want that. Because now you just step up. This is 7-on-7. This is exactly what every quarterback dreams of is, all right, these guys want to run around me, I'll step up, it'll be nice and clean inside, and now I can make a throw.
And he's got some receivers who have some size.
Yeah, I mean, that's been a John Gruden thing forever. He likes those big guys that'll go get the ball, and he'll occasionally have the Joey Galloway types that can fly and really be disruptive down the field.
So we just spoke about Carr's touch, and here it is on display once again. A rookie receiver in Hunter Renfrow, who is not the most athletically gifted dude in terms of measurements and speed and all that stuff, but all he does is catch the football.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's knowing how to get open. And what you have here is you got these guys, they're in a man coverage. And what they're doing is they're playing a locked form of man to where these guys are staying on their guy, and his guy gets picked. He does a good job. He sets it up, and then now everybody's trying to fight through. He gets picked by his own guy here, and he's able to make a play. Sometimes it's all you need is just a little bit of wiggle room to get open. It's a good setup. You can see here how he stems inside, and they switch release this thing.
They have a tight end who's 6'6", went to school at Georgia Tech, was a receiver, Darren Waller. He leads the Raiders in receptions with 55. He's Carr's top target.
When you have a guy that's not only a big guy, you can work him inside. It makes it easy to throw him the ball, kind of body guys up. If you could spread them out, if you can do multiple things with tight ends, it's always a great matchup because it's a linebacker safety. If the safeties are going on the halfbacks, now you're on a linebacker. And that's a big matchup and a good matchup for the tight ends. And he's taking advantage of all the matchups that he's been given. The zone coverages is where really tight ends can make a big difference.